Good afternoon, family. Thanks for checking out today's video. If you're new here, my name is Jonathan, and I created this channel as a way to record my progress as I work towards my goal of losing 300 pounds in 3 years. If you'd like to join the family, consider clicking that subscribe button. Also, click on the bell icon so you get alerted when I go live or post new videos. If you'd like to participate in on the discussion, you can join me on my live streams most weekdays, or outside the live streams, you can consider joining the Discord I've created. There's a link for that down in the description below. A lot of times people ask us what food we eat. So to help out with that, we created a Pinterest board. That Pinterest board has a lot of the meals that our family likes to eat on our whole food, plant-based diet. Today is weigh-in Wednesday. I just moved into this office, so my setup is not working the best for doing the videoing of the weigh-ins. I'm going to have to work on changing my screens up. But what I did do was I did get on the scale. So I am still going to hold myself accountable this week, but I do not have the ability to video record me doing that. So just kind of a recap here. It is June 1st, 2022. It is day 578 of my 3-year challenge to lose 300 pounds. Last week, I did have a gain, and it put me at a total weight of 304.6 pounds. Still well over 200 or just over 215 pounds lost since I started this challenge. Let me switch over to, I'm not going to have my main scale picture here though, but I do have a photo here that I took. And so this week's weight is 306.6. So I did have another 2-pound weight gain this past week. It's not what I want to see happen on the scale, but there are a lot of things that could factor in to my weight staying same. My keyboard's not working, or it's kind of working. Well, that is weird. I'm able to delete the number, but I cannot add. What is going on? Let me do this. Let's do. Let me see if it, yeah. All right. Something wrong with my keyboard that it did not let me type in the 6, but thankfully I was able to copy and paste it here. Carrie says, bummer, but if your food was good, your body will work it out and you'll start cooperating soon. Yes. So that is something that I was going to go over here, is that there's no particular event or thing that caused the weight gain this week. I did eat a lot of volume of food, and being home all weekend might have put me in a situation where I just had access to food and I ate a larger volume of food. But I did not eat anything with any added sugar, any added salt, any added oil, and everything was pretty much, it was whole food, plant-based. So there was nothing that I can be upset about that I ate this past week. And I really don't feel like I even ate, too ridiculous of a volume. I've been trying to work on that. So Carrie says that she's now done with the Starch Solution book, which is a book that I was hoping to read soon. And then I can start listening to that and maybe learning some of what McDougall talks about with his weight loss. And I think that it'll be good for me to get into another book as well. It's been a little while since I listened to any audiobooks, and the audiobooks, the last audiobook I listened to was not about weight loss. So I've been wanting to listen to one of McDougall's books, so I am going to pick up the Starch Solution, start listening to that here shortly. One of the reasons I've been hesitant to start it is that some of these books are going to kind of just be repetitive, or it's kind of preaching, it's giving me information that I already know, and there's nothing that is going to change me that much in the book. But I felt the same way going into reading Chef AJ's book, and we took away that vegetables for breakfast from that. So I could be wrong. I could listen to the book and then find something else. Pretty Girl's mom says, dang, yes, dang, but it's part of the process. It's not a straight line to the bottom. And I'm happy with it. I made good choices. I did have a little bit of Ezekiel bread with nut butter, but I only had that one time in 7 days. That was something that even when I was losing weight, I was having that 3 or 4 times a week. So I don't think it's that. I really, a lot of what I feel like it comes down to is that we're just getting better at making food, and we have more food choices too. That all the recipes that we're making now, I really like, and I tend to eat a large volume of those things. Pretty Girl's mom says that scale, sometimes it just does what it wants. Yes. And I've been fighting with the scale for 9 months now, but I'm still lighter than I was 9 months ago. And that has never been something that I've been able to say with any type of plateau or any type of weight loss in the past. Many times when I was eating the ridiculous low calorie diet or the low volume diet that I was eating, I would see great, trending. The scale would go down great. It would do exactly what you would expect it to do when you're not eating very much food and you're very overweight. But I would never really hit a plateau. Anytime I would hit a plateau, that would pretty much be the end of that diet and be the lowest I'd ever gotten. So for me to still be able to maintain being under 310 pounds is really a victory in my book, because I have not been this light for this amount of time since before. Like when I was in college, I was heavier than this, and this was 20 years ago. Things are just so much easier now too, and I was kind of talking to Carrie about that a little bit, about how just doing every task is so much easier now than it was at 520 pounds. I would still work hard and I would get those tasks done to the best of my ability, but I was 520 pounds. And so I would have a hard time doing certain things. And now the things that were hard are easy, and the things that were impossible are possible. And it's been hard to, but so because of that, my body doesn't have to work as hard either. Like for me to just get up and go to the bathroom and take the shower in the morning at 520 pounds, my body had to get my heart rate going. It had to get everything just ramped up and moving to get that done. Now, for me to get up and go take a shower, it feels effortless, because I have all this muscle and this structure that has been built to carry a 500-pound person, but now it just has to carry a 300-pound person. So I do feel like this has had some effect on my metabolism or my total daily energy expenditure, that if somebody whose maximum weight, like if their heaviest point was 306.6 pounds, their body would be exerting more energy for them to get through their day-to-day processes, because that's their heaviest weight. Whereas now I'm in a position where I'm 214 pounds lighter than I was 18 months ago. And so it doesn't take as much energy to do those things because I have the muscle mass and the structure to handle it at the heavier weight. And so that could factor into it as well. The flooring in this room could factor into why the scale is different than it was at my other office. So there's lots of different factors that can play in. And overall, I'm 6 months into this year. I started 2022 at 334 pounds. It was 332 or 336. So I am 25 to 30 pounds lighter than I was at the beginning of this year, which means I've lost about 5 pounds a month, which is a good amount of weight to be down each month. And I'm happy with that. Again, I'm not gaining tons of weight. I mean, a couple pounds feels like it's a ton of weight, but overall it's not that much weight on my frame, and tomorrow I could get on the scale and I could be 2 pounds lighter. But just because today is Wednesday and that's the day I got on the scale, that's the weight that gets recorded is 306.6. So overall, disappointed, but it just means that next week I have a greater chance to show a weight loss. And Carrie continues to blame the fasting that I've done at the beginning of May for all these weight issues, which it could have some effect in it. Me trying to push that weight loss at the beginning of the month to get down under 300 pounds for my birthday may have had some effect. Also, if I would have done any fasting over the past 3 days, it would have affected the weight too, and I did not. I didn't eat any oatmeal this morning, but I had a lot of juice and I had some fruit this morning as well. Speaking of food, let me go through the food since yesterday. And if anybody has any of their own scale victories or non-scale victories they'd like to share, I'd love to hear them. If anybody has any questions, please ask them up. I'd love to answer them. We're going to try to bring up the food since yesterday. I hope everybody had a wonderful evening and a great day today. I was extremely busy, which is kind of par for the course for me this time of year. This is the busy season for me, but let me figure out. So one of the things I had last night that I never feel like I take a photo of or show you guys is some of the fruit. So I had an apple last night. This was one of maybe 2 apples that I had yesterday evening, but I feel like I show a lot of the dinners and things like that, but I don't do a great job of taking the photos of like the fruit and the snacks that I eat. So this was a snack that I had yesterday. And then for dinner, I talked about it on stream, but we had our mega veggie chili. I got a very zoomed in photo here, and I'm just waiting for it to update on the screen because of the internet stuff. I'm going to have to figure out a better system for this. But this is the mega veggie chili: chickpeas, corn, red peppers, carrots, beans, onions, all kinds of amazing things. Let's see, bulgur wheat we put in there as well. Definitely one of my favorite meals that we make. That was dinner last night. I ended up having 2 portions or 2 bowls of that, which is pretty large portions overall. And then, like I said, I did not have any oatmeal this morning. I ended up eating an orange or 2, depending on, I think I had just an orange. We didn't have many left. And then some cherry juice, because I love my cherry juice. So let me go ahead and stop that. I'll have to figure out if I can get my phone just plugged right into the computer and use it as a camera or not. Yeah, it's been an interesting week. I don't have, too much to go over today. It was, it's frustrating knowing that I gained weight and getting on the scale, but it's part of the process too. Like that is something that I want to get across. Like, I feel like using the scale is important. And I could have easily, I said this last week too, but I could have easily just said, I'm cutting out, Carrie says. If anybody else is having audio issues, let me know. It's possible. I did also try to change up the syncing of the mouth in the audio. I'm not sure. Everybody's saying audio issues. And the audio issues might clear up. The me getting on my phone and doing the video might also cause some of these audio issues because it uses some of the Wi-Fi bandwidth or something. I don't know, a little bit more technical than me, but hopefully the audio issues are clearing themselves up, and somebody will pop on and say, it fixed itself. But yeah, so the scale is a tool, and that's really how I look at it. I cannot allow it to get me to not hearing anything I'm saying is what you're saying now. So this new office and getting everything set up, it's frustrating, but eventually it'll be all worked out and it will be no problems. I can't get too upset about it though, because it would be very easy for me to just put the scale in the closet and just be like, all right, I'll come back to it in a week, or I'll come back in 2 weeks and hope for the best. And I did try doing that for a little while, but it was right after I tore my distal bicep tendon, and I was dealing with the recovery for that surgery that I had. I put the scale away figuring that it would just be easier to not have it around. And really the result of me putting the scale away was that I gained 15 to 25 pounds over a 2 or 3 month period because I spaced out. I was like, okay, I'm only going to weigh in once a month. And then once a month kind of came up, I had to deal with the fact that I gained weight, and it's disappointing to gain weight anytime I get on the scale. But again, it's part of this process too. Had I not started this channel on November 1st of 2020, and I waited until November 1st of 2023, then I could sit here and talk about the struggles that I've had or how the scale did not agree with me every week. But it wouldn't have been the same or had the same effect, I feel like. For me, I started this before I accomplished anything, and I still haven't truly accomplished my goals, but I'm working towards them and I'm doing a great job getting closer to my goals. And it's just a different way that I put myself out there, so I have to, if I want to be held accountable, then I have to hold myself accountable. And I could put the scale in the closet, not hold myself accountable for a couple weeks and come back to it. And really nobody would probably care at the end. But I created this channel as a way to hold myself accountable. I need to continue to use it as that accountability. Yeah, Pretty Girl's mom says that doesn't work for them either. They need the regular weigh-ins. I've seen I know Dr. Greger's book, How Not to Diet, he talks about it briefly about the benefit of weighing more regularly. And I feel like it's a lot easier to do it with this system that I'm on now, because in the past, me gaining 2 pounds would never have been like, I was either losing weight or gaining weight. And when I was losing weight, I was losing, between 1 and 5 pounds a week. But at the same time, when I was gaining weight, that first rebound weigh-in would have been 10 or 15 pounds heavier than my lowest weight. So for me to really just have a little bit of an uptick in my weight, really, it doesn't scare me as much as, because I could come back next week and be 316.6 pounds if I wanted to. Like, I could go and buy the foods that would make me 10 pounds heavier. And that is not what I want to do. And the food that I'm eating, I'm so satisfied with the volume of food I get to eat. And if I get to continue to eat this volume of food and be happy with the quality of the food and be happy with my overall health, then I'm going to end up, if I stick around this 300-pound mark for a while, that's fine. I've been here for 9 months. I've been within 20, this weight, within 20 pounds of this weight. And it's still 9 months where I'm not 520 pounds, because at 520 pounds, everything was just so difficult, and I likely wouldn't still be alive 9 months after I started this. So I got to look at the positives with it. But Carrie says the audio is still screwing up on her end. I honestly don't have a whole lot more to go over today. If anybody has any questions they want me to talk about tomorrow, maybe ask them in the replay or once the video uploads. But I'm going to get out of here for today and look forward to having a good dinner and a good breakfast and being back at it. And, a week from now, I'll get on the scale. I don't think I've had an occasion where I've gained weight 3 weeks in a row. And so we're going to make sure that does not happen next week. But I think there's a lot of factors that go, work stress, the new office, the flooring in the new office, the new routines, lots of things factored into this week's weigh-in. And I'm looking forward to next week's. So I'm going to get out of here now, guys, but thanks everybody that did check out my video. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, get subscribed to the channel, click on that bell icon so you get alerted when I go live or post new videos. If you haven't started your diet yet, get started right now. There's nothing more important than your overall health and well-being. Nobody ever gets to their goal and wishes they would have waited. Everybody looks back and wishes they would have started sooner. Don't fall for the two myths of moderation: the myth of moderate change, the idea that you can slowly make moderate changes in your current diet and lifestyle, and eventually you'll be able to switch over to this utopian diet that you got planned out. But you just give me another week, with dairy, or give me another couple weeks to have that junk food in my diet. I'll eat salads, I swear. It's really hard to get that to work. And many times people quit their diet before they ever actually start their new diet. The other myth is the myth of moderate consumption, the idea that a little bit of something bad for you is still okay. You need to change that mindset. It's like telling an alcoholic just having a little bit of alcohol is okay. You need to abstain from these things that are causing major health issues in our systems. Oil being one of the biggest ones, but salt and sugar also not helping as well. Yeah, you guys all have a great evening, and I will be back live tomorrow. And if I can fix any of the issues, I will try to fix any issues, but we're just going to keep figuring it out as we go. Hopefully I can get the audio stuff to work a little bit better. So you guys have a great day.